Alright, we're going to leave geometry for a little bit in this video 13.1 and go back to your favorite topic, slope. Okay? Slope, 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 slope. Alright, so we're talking about linear equations, straight lines, alright? If your line is rising to the right, alright, your slope will always be a positive answer. If your line is falling to the right, it will always be negative. If you're completely horizontal, you're on the tarmac in an airplane and you never take off, your slope is 0, okay? And then finally, if you have a vertical line, it's what we call an undefined slope. Don't put 0 for this. 0 means horizontal, undefined or no slope is vertical. You have heard slope a million times. It's rise over run. My best way to make this kind of real life would be if you have a job that's being paid per hour, let's say, that would be a good example of slope. So if you're making $12.50 an hour, $12.50 over 1 would be the slope. And then if you didn't think that was enough of a party to start with, over here we have your slope formula. Remember, it's the change in the y values over the change of the x. So you're just going to subtract the y values over subtracting the x values, finding the difference. I have this cool way of remembering the signs of slope if you want to try it. So it's called Slope Man. So I'm going to draw my little head here. All right, look, this eyebrow, if it's rising right, is going to be positive. This eyebrow is falling down, so it's going to be negative. The nose line is going to be your vertical for your undefined. And then you're going to make his mouth horizontal, try to make it as horizontal as possible, and then put dimples here to represent 0. So look, horizontal will be 0, vertical will be undefined, rising right will be a positive answer, and falling right will be a negative answer. Okay, and that's slope man. So have some fun with that. Hopefully that helps you remember. All right, it's time for slope, 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 slope. Here we go, here we go. I'm going to find you a bunch of examples because everyone's friend is slope. Let's just start with number 1 right here. And they did put some points on there. Good, I love when they put points on there. All right, so you can start from point A, you can start from point B, you can start from any point, but I'm going to give you some really good advice. You want to pick a point that's hit in the corner of the graph paper, what they call a lattice point. All right, you know, if you pick a point right here in the middle here, that's some decimal, so there's no way really to measure it, but see how it's on the corner of the square of the graph paper, and that's on the corner? Okay, so anyway, you want slope. You're going to write m down every time, put an equal sign, put a fraction bar, and the top number is always the rise. So from here, look, just count how many floors you're going to go up. You're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 floors to be on the same floor as that. So let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're hanging here for a second. And then from this location, don't count where you're at. 1, you pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this slope is 4/5. Okay? It's rising to the right. It should be positive, and it is positive. Okay? All right, let's try example dos. Okay? Go ahead and write m. Write your equal sign. I'm just going to start from the left. That's what I'm used to. Look, I'm going to fall down 1, 2, 3. 3 floors to be on the same floor as Q. Okay? Look, 1. Don't count this as 1. 1 is the first notch. 2, 3. You're falling down, so -3. And then you're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And before you ask me, yes, you always reduce fractions. You can divide them both by 3s, and so that's why it's -1/2. Why is it a negative answer? Because the line is falling to the right. Okay, on number 3, I want you to think of slope man. Wasn't that the line for when I made the nose, and then I put this underneath it? So this is undefined. Undefined or no slope is all vertical lines. And then number 4, that was the mouth. That's going to be 0. Okay, I only got one more problem to show you, and it is not a nightmare. Okay, what if they give you ordered pairs, and they want you to find the slope? My best advice to you, I would just straight up use the slope formula. And the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Go ahead and draw this fraction bar, put the minus sign here, put the minus sign here. And I would just circle the y's right away. So look, this is a y value, this is a y value. So 5 minus -1. And notice I went left to right. So when I go to pick the x's, I'll underline the x's, you're also going to go left to right. Okay, you follow me? And then I don't know how you handle subtraction. A lot of people do the same, change opposite. I think you guys taught me that. So keep the first number the same, change this to add, change the sign, that's 6. Keep the number, change this to add, change the sign, so now you're at -8. They're both even, so you can divide by 2, and then you get -3 out of 4. When you have slope, you can put the negative in the top, you can put it in the bottom. You know what? Get in the habit of putting it in the top so that you always know that the bottom is positive to the right. It just might make life easier. But you can move it onto the 4. It can be 3 over -4 or -3 over 4. This is slope, trying to make it real life. This is bad news. This means you're losing $3 every 4 hours. Okay? All right, that is your quick review of slope. Hopefully that'll help. We will talk to you soon.